What up, what up, what up? Excuse me. What is happening, good people? Welcome to this live edition of Herb and Two alongside Toussaint Warner. My name is Herb Howard. This is where we get together every Monday and Friday and talk about issues that currently impact the black community. We talk about how those issues impact us individually and collectively, and along with your help, we talk through these issues in hopes of finding the optimum solutions for how we can overcome said issues. Again, overcome them individually, but perhaps more importantly, overcome them as a collective. We thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of this conversation. As always, your input is valued and certainly appreciated. Anything you want to add to the conversation, feel free to do so. We will read through as many of your comments as possible while we go through the show. We would kindly request that you please take a quick second to share the broadcast, share on your personal page, share within your personal network, share with anybody that you think would add value to or add value or find value in this particular conversation. It is our belief that the more like-minded individuals we can get to be a part of the conversation, the better the opportunity we actually have of reaching those aforementioned solutions. So please, 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 if you would be so kind, take a quick second to share the broadcast. Again, this is Herb and Two. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. My name is Herb. His name is Two. Two, what's happening, good brother?
What's up, family? Blessed and highly favored, man. I'm tired as hell, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, it's been an eventful last, two
weeks? Been just going straight, for real.
Going crazy, man. But good look for us. Good look for the brand. We was everywhere.
Yeah, we was outside.
And it ain't even over. We're going to do Muffy Collins event over in South Shore, Salute to South Shore, too, man. And talking to Muffy, he told me about an event. There was a South Shore event. This is just, he's just reclaiming this. It was an event that kind of went on like through the 70s and the 80s. It was like a black festival for South Shore residents specifically. And he sent me like this collage of pictures, man. The pictures is dope as fuck.
Nah, that's dope as hell, man. We definitely been outside, and all of it's been cool, man. Shout out to the whole city for real, whole Black Chicago for the way that everybody's been putting on, leading up to and through Juneteenth, dating back to even like the 15th. That Saturday, I think was when stuff really started. I was hosting the Juneteenth event down on 35th King Drive with Black Star Project and Absolutely Anything Essential. And then that same night, we was hosting the Love Jones Music Fest at the DuSable Museum. So that kind of kicked everything off. A couple nights after that, we was at the Emancipation Ball. Shout out to Moore's Beer. Shout out to everybody that was there. Manny Fresh came through and DJ. The city came out. Continue to support that event. It's a dope event that continues to grow. It's becoming one of those must-do summer calendar events. So shout out to Morris for that, man. And all the different things that's really just been popping off, man. We was
the
at
Woodline was after that.
Yeah, we was at the Woodline on Juneteenth. That was like the next day. Shout out to the Woodline. Shout out to Donnell, his whole team. Shout out to Riker. Man, we just been outside and it's been cool, man. Just the black energy in Chicago.
Too, I went to the Garfield Park, right, the wellness. It was a transformative kind of, what's the word I want to use here, like reclamation between Ghana and America, which was a very interesting thing. They had Dr. Umar in town. I connected with Umar, tried to get him on the show. He's willing to do it. I got his contact. We're going to get in tune with him eventually. He was unable to change his flights around, and he had some other events. I'm sure it was busy for him like it was busy for us.
Yeah.
So he had to be in New Orleans like yesterday at a certain time. So he was unable to make it. But we definitely going to have Umar on the show. That was interesting to me. Umar, Rakim, specifically. I'm going to say Umar and Rakim specifically.
Yeah.
Like the engagements was interesting with them in the context of how I view them, per how the world might view them, per how the presentation of them all panned out. It was very interesting.
What you mean?
A few things. One,
wait, do you want to do this? I
don't mind doing it all. I don't care.
Okay.
I think it's a conversation I want to have with them specifically.
Sure.
You know what I mean? We often talk about theater.
Sure.
Right? The theatrics of becoming whomever you're becoming.
Right.
You know what I mean? At some levels, man, Rakim is an MC, i.e. performer. But the moniker for Rakim is God MC, right? So even in his performative measures, there's some, I don't know, there's a level of education that's happening in there, right? There's a level of esteem attached to being considered the God MC. You know what I mean? Umar, right? Not necessarily performative, or at least shouldn't be, or expected to be.
Sure.
Right? At least in his position.
Sure.
But I saw a lot of performative measures. And it brought me back to this old Farrakhan quote. And this was maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. Farrakhan was at the mosque on Mosque Marion. And you know, when the minister show up, the world show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And part of his teachings of that day, he said, and it became a very popular and famous quote, was he was like, I'm not here for your entertainment.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have an expectation, essentially. I'm here to teach. I'm here to move the needle. Y'all come and y'all see me and y'all look to me like this is an entertainment. And even the black church itself, right? The reason why we admire the choirs the way we do, because they know that is an aspect that we have to include into
You gotta entertain y'all.
how to move the needle.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I had a personal experience with it when we was at the Woodline. You know what I mean? But Rakim, we're gonna start with Rakim.
Sure.
Right? Few things, right? Time is a motherfucker.
Yes.
Time is undefeated. You know what I mean? And time changes shit. It just does.
Although he's aging marvelously.
Oh yeah, he's got to be 72. You
Yeah, he
know what I
looks-
mean? He looked damn good.
He looks every bit of his cover album in '88.
Yeah, he looks damn good. You know what I mean? But to the point of Rakim coming, I'm a fan. You know what I mean? But in his performance, it's funny. Like he was like, "Man, we're gonna host this event. I need you on stage with me when we bring him out, cause
I don't know shit
I don't
about
know shit about Rakim."
Right.
Right? So that drove me to dig into my Rakim bag, because
Right.
I don't want to look ignorant
Right.
when we on stage. You know what I mean? And although I'm a fan, it's not like I listen to Rakim every
Right.
day. You know what I mean? So I'm diving back to like, oh man, this is a jam. Oh man, this. But the records that resonate with me just off without diving back, like I can recite the lyrics just off the rip.
Yeah.
They, in my mind, these are not the records that he's going to perform. You know what I mean? Because these aren't the top 10 hits. These aren't the da-da-da.
Right.
These are, you know, B-side records.
Right.
You know what I mean? Much to my surprise, though, most of the records that he performed was the B-side records. You said something earlier. You was like, man, we saw Fab the other day, too.
Yeah.
You was like, man, Fab could really rap.
Yeah.
But all his hits,
Chick songs.
chick songs.
Yeah.
All the rhymes that come to my mind when thinking about Rakim was chick songs. Not because they my favorite.
Right.
They're the easiest to remember.
Right.
Because in order to make the chick song or the hit, they usually dumb it down.
It's melodic. It's simple.
Melodic, it's simple, they dumb it down, right? So I had an experience during the Rakim thing where, well, we all had this experience because he did it purposely, right? So he's rocking, and he dropped the beat out of 60 to 70% of all the records he was rocking to.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they were all the chick songs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you the God MC. The chick songs are not the standard of God MCing.
Nah.
So when you drop the beat out of the chick song, there's not
That's all bars, all lyrics.
all bars, and this is not
And these aren't bars.
resembling God MC stature. I'm looking at you like, what are you doing?
No.
It doesn't. It's right. You
Yeah.
thought I was a donut. You tried to glaze me. Dog. Stop it right now.
Pause.
Stop it
my
right
G.
now, dog.
Pause.
Stop it right now. Stop it right now. You hear me?
Straight up.
But what I saw was, or what I felt like, because I don't have any proof of this.
Yeah.
You 72 years old. Probably got some blue chews with you. you
Not
got
the Bluetooth. What was we calling the stuff last time? The Chinese stuff? I forgot what we was talking about then.
yeah, I can't
But
remember
yeah.
the name of it. Get you some ginseng and
Right.
shit. You got a crowd of 52-year-old women. You on vacay for a week or for a
cracking.
night. Let's see what I can get popping out here.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? Let's go. And I don't know, man. I felt some kind of way about that.
You felt cheated?
I did feel
felt
cheated.
slighted?
I felt slighted.
You felt like this artist who's hailed in a certain way is really
Just a regular man.
right. You come down to this level, and that's what they say. What they say, never meet your heroes and shit.
Yeah, never meet your heroes.
But I mean, at the same time, I get it, right? So like I was saying about Fab, I'm a big Fab fan of him as a rapper. But his songs like the Lil Mo and Neo and all that shit, those are his radio records. So he gonna do those in a concert, especially a short form concert at a music festival like Vegandale was. So I'm like, I'm not enjoying this Fab Show at all because fuck all these songs. Like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I get it. I would imagine like LL got some hard hitting rap songs, some strong lyrics, some deep shit, even some street shit. But if he do a show, he gonna do the lip-lipping shit, you know what I'm saying? And if he drops the beat out of the lip-lipping songs.
No, I don't want to hear that.
Nobody wants to hear that.
LL would get away with I Used to Love Her though. Right?
Yeah.
LL sold I'm a sex symbol.
Yes.
Rakim sells I'm an MC.
I'm the God MC.
I expect sex symbol from LL.
Right.
Rakim was trying to get sex. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
when you're a
man.
sex symbol, you selling sex all the time, so there's an expectation, right?
Yeah, man.
You don't have to oversell it to try to get sex because you sold it from the jump. This is who I am.
Yeah, man.
Right? When you come in as the guy MC and you try to get sex, you got to rap mahogany. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Not to say mahogany ain't dope, but
It's different.
this ain't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's different.
So it ain't Eric B for president. You know what I mean? It just was very interesting to me to see that play. Then I had a very similar experience with Umar.
Before you move on to Umar, I gotta just say this from the Rakim joint. They pissed me the fuck off right before this show. Go backstage, like, I'm trying to find out when the fuck y'all want him to come out here. I don't really give a fuck. I'm here till midnight. I don't care when y'all want to come out, but I do need to know. You know what I'm saying? His motherfucking security thing, they think he's Michael Jordan or some shit. I say, hey, bro, I'm hosting the show. Watch out. I just want to know what time y'all man's coming out. Oh, you can't go back there. I'm not even trying to go back there. I'm coming. I want one of you niggas to tell me. I imagine y'all his managers. You can tell me when the fuck he's coming out. Like, I'm not no fucking groupie. I don't want to fuck the nigga. That's what I told her to do. And I was like, maybe I went too far, but y'all pissed me off.
But that ain't a Rakim. I don't think that's a Rakim thing. And
I agree. It was insecurity. I wasn't mad at Rakim.
I don't even think it's a Rakim security thing. I'm gonna say it in context to, it ain't disadvantage. We do a lot of this type of shit over the years, right? And shout out to Love Jones Entertainment, right?
Yeah,
our
man.
brother Vic, our brother Lerny, and to the city of Chicago in general, right? We just lost the High Park Brew Fest.
Yeah.
We just lost the Silver Room Fest. The goal of Love Jones is to create a space that kind of harnesses that energy, right? It was moderately successful this year. It was the first year.
I thought
showing for the first year.
Pretty good for the first one.
I hope they grow. I hope that we could be a part of their growth. So I don't want this to be taken the wrong way because we've had the same experience with the High Park Brew Fest at its height, right? I think that because most of us who jump into that space and we try to take advantage of, the moment of doing events, even when you just talking about Vegan Deli, how to set up a show and all that type of shit, I don't think we have the organization to do all the things we're trying to do, right? I don't even think we focus on the organization, right? And I get it, because, you putting that shit on, the money it costs to put it on.
It's a lot of moving parts.
It's a whole lot of moving parts.
And I don't think people realize that until you get waist deep in it. You're like, oh shit, this is a lot of...
It's a lot of fucking moving parts, right? And I think what happens specifically with us, right, we're on the cut. In the city we're known, but we ain't known internationally. Our faces ain't like face cards, you know what I mean? But we have access to damn near everything we do, you know what I mean? And we've always, at some point, run up against, no, wait a minute, y'all ain't supposed to be back here. And it's just a matter of, now we got to go find such and such and say, no, man, this is who we are. You know what I mean? It just, I think it's a more of a management style thing that, we come up against, because it was kind of lax. At every one of them joints, it really be lax back in the back areas.
Yeah, and it should be. It's chill. Like, ain't nobody, I'm not even a fan. I respect Rakim and his catalog and his contribution to the culture and the hip hop. Cool, but I'm not a fan, bro. I'm not trying to meet the nigga. I'm not trying to take no, I don't give a fuck 100%. Especially at this point. It's like 10 o'clock now. I've been here since like 3 o'clock hosting this show on stage, back and forth. It's fucking hot. Hey, I don't care.
I still would have had an Umar conversation, but you just brought up another thought, right? This might be just my ego, right? But I gotta address it because I've been dealing with it all week, right?
Larry B, what up, man?
At what point, like I don't want to say, I'm a fan of Rakim.
Sure.
And not even just a fan, but the nostalgia of that being Rakim.
Yeah.
Nigga, I should have a memorable moment from that moment in time.
Right.
But I would never ask that nigga to take a picture.
No.
My ego was like, no, nigga, I'm too sad. The fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, I don't.
Even the Umar shit. Like I took a picture with Umar, but it wasn't like, hey, can I take a picture? It just happened.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I had to make that happen, that picture wouldn't exist.
Yeah,
That's crazy to me though, because 30, 40 years from now, you know, my kids gonna be like, man, my dad was Rakim, my dad was Umar. They be like, no, he wasn't.
I'm almost 100% sure. Like I would say 99.99 that I ain't never asked nobody to take a picture with them a day in my life. Like nobody, anywhere, ever. I don't even take that many pictures. Like sometimes I wish I had more pictures of just myself at different things. So the idea of me asking somebody like, hey, let me take a picture with you because you are whoever the fuck, that's strange behavior to me. Like, shout out to Chris Brown, he's hustling. He's doing his world tour. He's already checking the bag off that. But then he's charging motherfuckers like a couple bands or something to take pictures after the show. $1,500 to do that after the show. Now all the women jumping down, cool. They getting a picture with Chris Brown. To some extent, I can get it. When I start to see niggas taking these pictures with him, I say, bruh, you pay $1,500 to go take a picture with another man? You out your motherfucking mind, sir.
But wait. Even the dudes in here laughing at that shit. Everybody laughing you said that.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna pay no $1,500 to take a picture with them.
Hell no.
That changes the context of what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not coming out my pocket for getting shit that I need.
No, I'm just saying
with a nigga.
I'm saying this is extreme.
That's extreme.
I'm not asking for the free.
But I'm next to Rakim. I'm next to Umar. I've been next to XYZ,
Sure.
XY. The only motherfucker I got that picture with that I was like out of my body to go get that picture with is Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna get that picture. That's Michael motherfucking Jordan.
Sure.
That's Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Sure.
I'm getting that.
Sure.
Right? And I have several of those pictures and they're mementos in my life. You know what I mean? But gee, some of the people we get to meet, that's a privilege.
Sure.
You know, that's
for
a
them.
huge privilege. Both parties.
No, I'm fucking around, but yeah.
No, dead ass. I see
Yeah.
myself in the same light, but
Yeah.
for both parties. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Umar, man, my daughter loves Umar.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the context that the world loves Umar. She likes the nigga from the memes they made off his ass on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, Daddy, when you next to him, FaceTime me. I just want to say, we don't need no white man paperwork. You know she ignorant. She my child, right? But my point is, 20 years from now, right? 30 years from now, even the minister.
Right.
Like bullshit ain't nothing.
Now
right?
that would be something that matters to me.
The minister's 90 damn near, if he's not 90.
But I have that photo, and I didn't ask him for
But
it.
I don't. And I've been in his presence so many times. You know what I mean? And it's like, nigga, what's wrong with my ego? That is the minister. Jesse. I forced a picture with Jesse recently because I feel the same way about Jesse. Like he's getting to the end of the road. But I've been around Jesse for 20 years of my life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I have that picture too, though.
Like, I got the Jesse picture, but today, a lady called me doing a documentary.
He was still
on-
standing there in my picture.
That's beautiful.
I'm fucking with you.
But this perspective is a motherfucker,
Yeah.
right? Today, because of my father being the photographer that he was,
Right.
a lady called me from Maryland asking could she check out his files because she's doing a documentary on Jesse Jackson
Oh, that's dope.
and his presidential run in '84. God willing, I still got them files. I done lost a lot of shit to a flood, but they gonna license them images. They gonna pay me for them images. Not saying I'm of the ilk of my father, but I'm in a room with so many goddamn people, right? 20 years from now, my kids could leverage those things. You know, it's just interesting to think about.
I think because it's so common, if you will, we don't think of it like that. Like I never really viewed these things as big moments. I've seen people like come into stardom and then everybody else go crazy. Like I knew D-Wade right before the whole world knew him. And I saw that happen. And that type of stuff was just never like, this is strange to me. Like I knew Eddie Curry his whole high school career, and then he went from high school to the #1 pick by the Bulls at the crib. That shit was insane. And I'm like, yo, we can't go out there no more. We can't go to eat over there no more. Like it's a different thing. And but because of that, I've just never been moved by that shit. It's not really.
But I don't think it's a move conversation. I ain't moved by it, right? And I think it's.
That's why I'm saying. That's why you don't think like, oh, let me ask him for a. I'm not moved by it.
No. Let me clarify what I'm saying. I'm not moved by it, which is why I think we're in the rooms. Right? But not being moved by it is very different than my ego saying, I refuse to ask this nigga for a picture. I think it's a very different conversation. I don't deem, like, the celebrity factor of it all isn't it, right? But that does matter in the context of these people are moving the needle in the planet.
Sure.
Like, Rakim is the God MC, nigga.
He Rakim.
It says God in the title. You know what I'm saying? He didn't give that to
He's
himself.
a one-name nigga.
You know what I'm saying? He's a one-name nigga and everybody's gonna know who you're talking about. You know what I mean? So it's like, what kind of ego shit am I dealing with? Why, you know what I'm saying?
No, I get that, because I'm like that. Like a lot of people been like asking me, yo, can you give me like Justin Fields' autograph? Can you ask him for like a this or that? We ain't friends or nothing, but we cool. But fuck no, I'm not gonna ask that nigga for his autograph. Like,
can't do it.
Hell no, bro. We just sat down and chopped it up for half hour at a time, 15 minutes at a time, just chopped it up, talk. Hey, bro, my aunt want an autograph. Ain't no fucking way I'm doing that though.
Gee, I remember Eric was probably like 6, 7. I'm probably a little bit older than that. Let's say 12. I went and I had a meeting with the minister, and I just like, I'm gonna take my son. He need to meet. Look at the logic I got. That's how fucked up I am. I'm specifically making sure my son gets an opportunity to meet this man because, and this when Eric was 12. It's 10 years ago almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, because he's getting older, he might not be able to see this man. He might not. It might even be relevant to him right now, but
he'll always remember.
He'll always be able to say, man, I had a chance to sit down and talk to Minister Farrakhan. You know what I mean? So I brought him in there as a little private meeting we had. But then my own ego be like, I ain't asking nigga for no picture.
Yeah.
I want to get back to that.
It is ego.
Get back to the Rakim Umar comparison though.
Okay.
So Umar, cause he does his 1-2 at the Dusapa. And he's Umar the shit out the room. You know what I mean? Umar's, I be sitting in these spaces, bro. And again, this might be my own ego again. Right? And I be like, man, what is it? Like, what makes this person different? You know what I mean? Like, the information, to me at least, doesn't be new. It's not necessarily new or groundbreaking or life-changing. Or it's the same conversation that I've heard, at least I've heard from a plethora of people. You know what I mean? But what is it that makes this guy's conversation stand above the rest of the guys' conversation? I be trying to figure that shit out. Like, what is it? You know what I mean? Dude's comical as fuck. He's funny. You know what I mean? He got personality. He's hilarious, right? But he started doing the Rakim shit. And there was no beat to drop. But you could see
he placating.
The placating starting to happen, right? Like, as he got more and more comfortable, he ain't talking to but a couple people in the room now.
And they are women's.
And they are women. They are women. Then check this shit out. I just went to his Instagram page just a minute ago. He has a whole documented photograph trail from every place he's been. I don't think men live in those places.
Only women photos.
Only women photos show up on those photos. Now, again, you're not a performer per se.
Ron Real, I heard he J down on one of yours, Joe.
She had so much more, but I don't know. I don't know, right? But it's like, damn, bro, if you here for the movement, is that the movement of black folks or is that the movement of women black folks?
Hey.
It just was very interesting to see it play out.
Hey.
It just, and I fuck with them. I'm not judging at all. I just took notice. Both of these cats, in my estimation, were rapping and preaching the box.
Yeah. I think that... First of all, I think that's the norm. I think most people are doing. I think most men are doing that.
You think the minister at 20-something or 30-something or becoming the minister was preaching the box?
First of all, the minister is charming,
handsome.
He's got a way with words. He talked like butter wasn't melting in his mouth.
That's true.
He's handsome. He's a little exotic looking. He don't look like the average nigga. Just, you know what I mean?
The nigga just don't eat meat. What you mean exotic?
No, he's
like the average.
No, the minister's like
the average light skinned nigga.
No, he doesn't. The minister's like bronze. He got this fucking slick back. The minister is bronze.
Hey.
He's got like fucking Dominican hair. Like
no bullshit. This weekend at the African thing, I went to the West Side.
Yeah.
I met Prince ICL Jr. brother, we gotta stop eating meat for real. These niggas be 800 years old and they look like Billy D. Williams.
Yeah.
Like these the smoothest niggas. I was like, I want to be like you old niggas.
I want to be like you old
niggas, man. I swear to God, you old niggas is moving and shaking out here. Like you can tell, they just mesmerize every woman they around.
Yeah.
And they be 900 years old. I swear to God.
You know a few words. You halfway handsome. Like you.
The minister's a cool motherfucker.
He
right?
is.
When you in this era, when you in this aura, you in his aura.
Yeah.
Prince Isiel has that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So them dudes, I get it. I didn't get it with Umar. And I'm not knocking. Maybe it's because he's young. Maybe we're in the same age bracket. I can't see it the same way. The light don't shine the same. You know what I mean? I saw it on Mike. You can see it on Mike Jordan.
Yeah, he got a glow.
You can see it on Mike Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can see it on the minister. I saw it on Prince Isiel. I was like, oh, I get it. I see why motherfuckers moved to Israel. I get it. I get it.
The minister, he's charismatic in a way, like, obviously he's charismatic, like, on the stage and on camera and all that. But you get, like, that little door that's on the right side of the stage at the mosque, you get through that door back there into that little office and left. He's just one of the coolest people that you ever been around. It's like, oh, this motherfucker is cool as hell. Yes, I will do that, and yes, I will do. You know what I mean? He like that. But you're right on the veganism shit. I'm back on my vegan shit. I fell off like a hype for like a week. I barbecued for my partner's birthday. Barbecued, so I eat the fucking barbecue. Fat too. And then I was just in a funky state. My cousin died out of nowhere. I was in a real, I didn't give a fuck. I wasn't trying too hard to do shit. So I was eating terrible. And then, we fall back in that cycle and I'm like, oh shit, I don't think I've had no plant-based food in like 6-7 days shit. So I was probably like 7-8 days without really being on my shit. So got back on my shit for like the past 3 days or some shit. So, keep the party running.
Under that same bag, and I got to call Sadiq too. Mm-hmm. So I had that second diabetes checkup. Mm-hmm. Well, it should be, maybe it's the third diabetes checkup. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But whatever, man. One, I walk into the doctor's office. To mind you, I got a whole lot planned. Because dude gave me a bottle of pills that I never took.
Hutch, outside, what up?
Right. But I didn't want him to know that I never took the pills. Mm-hmm. And I did that on purpose because
you can see if you can fix it yourself.
I want to gauge if you can see the difference. You know what I mean? And I want to gauge about if you lied to me or not. Right. You know what I mean? So he was like, you been taking the medicine? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. So one, he was like, man, you lost a lot of weight. I said, yeah, doc, I told you I'm not fucking playing, bro. I didn't tell him I was doing plant-based. I didn't tell him none of that shit. That wasn't even a question. Right. But got really fucking interesting to me, though, G. In this checkup, there's a blood test and all this other shit. But you don't have a result. Mm-hmm. And this nigga's already telling me other medicines I'm eventually about to have to take. You don't know if this shit went up, down. Up, baby. You don't know what the fuck it is. So I'm just being real. And I fuck with the doctor, be clear.
But it also could be a pattern of history. He expects,
don't give a fuck.
If you don't change it, if you're not doing it on your, he expects it to go from here to there, from here to that's what he's seen.
Man, let me tell you something. This dude been my doctor. He's my brother-in-law's doctor. He's one of my closest friends' doctor. Like, I didn't build a network for this dude. You know what I mean? Good dude, nice dude, da-da-da. But I've also never had any health problems.
BT.
Right? So you gauge the motherfucking, the value of the doctor based on personality,
right? Not
treatment.
No, that's real.
So I've been with this motherfucker a while and I got a relationship with him. But I ain't never had no problem. Now I got a problem. And I'm not comfortable in the way we're communicating around my fucking problem. Why you really valuable.
Right.
Right? So me doing this shit the way I did it was, I don't believe you. I don't believe in this science. Right? So I go in this motherfucker and I say, well, I don't say nothing. Because I say, yeah, I've been taking the pill. That motherfucking pill thing filled to the brim. You understand what I'm saying? If I was taking the pill, motherfucker, if you just pay attention, you know I should need a refill right now. I ain't never took this shit. You know what I mean? So I'm in the joint and he, like, we talking and shit. I come in, he's amazed at the weight loss. I said, doc, I told you I'm not playing. So now I'm asking questions like, can you get rid of this? Now I asked Sadiq that too. Sadiq said, yes. He said, no.
No.
Okay, that's one problem I got, right? Then I was like, I don't know what the next question was, but we draw the blood. But I ain't dumb, nigga. You need the results from the blood to know how to move whatever the next step is. He starts talking about kidney problems.
He's just tracking you down the line.
Right? And he's like, yeah, you probably gonna have kidney problems, this, that, and the third. He's like, he said, have you had any symptoms or this, that, and the third? And I was like, well, what are the symptoms? Because I don't even know.
All right.
And he said, do you sleep through the night? Motherfucker, I ain't slept through the night since I was 6.
All right.
So that had diabetes at 6? Right. You know what I mean? But again, that could be a symptom to any fucking thing. That could be just I'm restless. But I don't really sleep through the night. I wake up and I do whatever the fuck, then I go back to sleep, you know? So then from that little, I wake up. Well, you probably wake up, go to the bathroom. I said, yeah, I do that. Well, it's probably your kidneys getting pressure on them, and you probably gonna need this kidney pill, and you probably need to put this order in for the kidney pill now. Wait, my nigga, we've not gotten the blood test back.
We know what's up.
And I ain't saying nothing, I'm just listening, but I'm tracking all this shit in my mind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So we finally get I get the blood test back the next day. Now this is after him telling me all this other shit I'm gonna have to eventually take. The blood test, all the numbers then been decreased. I ain't took the medicine, my G. The weight's going down, and these numbers is tracking lower than they've ever tracked. So he's like, man, you're doing a great job. Keep up with the medicine.
Keep up with the medicine.
No,
this ain't it.
No, this ain't it. And it's interesting, like, it's just a shift in perspective, bro. Like, I see so many people depending on, like, Western world philosophies, Western world sciences, Western world this, that, and the third. But the most prevalent concept in the Western world is capitalism. And whenever money is involved in some shit,
it is going to control how everything moves around it.
It controls everything, G. You got to question every fucking
cream.
Cash rules, bro, and you got to question all that shit. And it just was a very eye-opening experience to be in that room and just be, again, paying attention. You know?
Yeah, I think he becomes indoctrinated in the system. I think that's what a lot of these doctors do. I don't think, for the most part, I don't think they intentionally mean harm. Gino, what up, bro? I don't think they intentionally mean harm. I think the system is what the system is. They grow up in it. They believe in it. And they also get bonuses for the prescriptions that they subscribe to, right? So I think it's a little bit of both, but I think they genuinely believe that they are giving you the best path forward to being able to live a comfortable existence with whatever ailments or diseases it may be. Whereas somebody like Sadiq is like, hey, you don't gotta live with that shit at all, right? Change this, change that. You will see the differences. And I've seen the differences for sure, like in just in my own shit. Even in the short times I've been on it. Last time I did it for like 3 months. This time it's really only been a month, and I told you I fell off for like a week after that month. But I can still see it in my skin, I can see it in my weight, I can see it in my energy, I can feel it in my sleep and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I'm definitely rocking with it, man, and I'm learning more and more stuff about it. I'm getting more and more options. We was talking about how we was all at the Vegan Dale Festival. Shout out to E4O, man. Lily Pad Treats was out there with their vegan options for their ice cream. If you need like ice cream vendor at any of your events, and they don't only have vegan options, they got regular dairy options too. But they will pull up to your event. It's a really, really cool thing to have if you're gonna have an event. Lily Pad Treats. But shout out to E4O, they was out there. But it was a lot of different options, and I didn't really like how the shit was going. Some of the lines was way too crazy long. People was running out of shit. But I'm saying I'm getting more options and learning more things that I can have in different restaurants that's kind of allowed me to sustain the choice to eat plant-based. I really wanted to just be what I do. And like my homeboy Reggie had threw a barbecue last month. And I went and I ain't eat that shit. I brought my own food or something.
I've been all good. I really ain't fell off the wagon. Yeah, I've been, you know. And again, it's just mainly my life choices. And it's not just a vanity thing at this point. It's attached to my health. You know what I mean? Shout out to Vegan Dale too.
It's attached to all our health, whether we know it or not.
Yeah, that's true too, right? I don't know. We really talked about Vegan Dale, but I had a black bean burger at Vegan Dale, which was kind of fire. And shout out to the event Vegan Dale. I had never been to Vegan Dale. I got a little bit of pushback on the Vegan Dale concept. Like, I had a different expectation, I guess. Right? One, this was obviously black Vegan Dale.
Yes.
Obviously, this was the Negro version of Veganelle.
They had Jadakiss, Fabulous,
Outside
NLE,
of the
Chopper,
I'm
2
talking about
Chainz,
the fucking
and
restaurants
Sweetie.
was all Negro-driven vegans.
That's what I'm saying.
It was like JJ Fish vegan. You know what I mean?
Fish vegan. Verrals.
Right. Fried vegan burgers. You know what I'm saying? But and I had a different expectation, right? I wanted to go down there. One, I was prepared to I wanted to take pictures of the restaurants because I knew I wasn't gonna eat everywhere, but I wanted to,
at least have them documented, so
have them documented, know where I could go. And it really was JJ Fisher Vegans.
You should be able to pull up the restaurants off the website though.
Yeah, I'll check it out. And we was laughing. I had this what they call them summer dresses.
Sundresses.
Sundress.
Yeah.
I had this sundress version in my mind of Vegandale, but it wasn't that. It was like the O Block version of Vegandale. It was like wrestling suits.
Wrestling suits.
You know, overhanging bellies and tattoos on your stomach. You know, salute to black women. I love y'all, man, but sometimes it just gets outrageous.
You was expecting like NSYNC. They walk past smelling like shea butter.
Smell like shea butter, but it was not
natural hair flowing.
Yeah, it was Pro Gel, you know. It was Pro Gel going, you know what I mean? Like my edges was
bad,
glued to my face.
Bad wigs and weaves and
bad. Yeah, it was a lot of that.
Yeah.
What you got that's not vegan? That was happening a lot. You know,
sweetheart.
Vegan there. Why are you here, dog? As soon as the black people, man, you gotta love us, man. But on another note too, when we left, I left early. Shit, y'all was right behind me.
Yeah, I got up out of that too.
But on the later on that evening, I saw like a lot of reports that said there was fights and shootings and da Vegandale, and I didn't witness none of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't witness none of that. One thing for sure, it was a very peaceful, calm event. P was there too, and when we got in, I guess P stayed late enough. He was like, he saw all the people running, but he was like, he didn't hear any gunshots and nothing like that. He said, and eventually once the people started running, they came back. I didn't, one, it was a lot of reports of violence that I just didn't see happen.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get us doing some cool shit, we in Grand Park, somebody has to be like, hey, them niggas started some shit. No, they didn't, you know what I'm saying? But also, in knowing us, if one of you niggas get up and run out this room right now, I'm gonna run too. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody did take off running, I can see how they could spark a few people to start running. But from what I heard from what people saying, they always like, I ain't hear no gunshots. You heard gunshots? No. Okay, let's go watch 2 Chainz.
Why your goofy ass running? But it's also, but Herb is right in the sense of branding and how that shit plays, right? Like, and it was us talking to this shit, right? And we do a lot of shit sometimes to sensationalize ideas, or we fall in, what did I say? Sometimes, man, black people is the worst purveyors of black white supremacy. You know what I mean? Unconsciously. Unconsciously, right? Like I said, I heard a lot of reports, and that's just social media, but these people who might have ran or might have bounced or whatever, they left, and now they got a sensational story to tell in that.
And it gets worse each time they tell it.
It gets worse every time they tell it.
Somebody got stolen on. Somebody got shot. 17 people got shot. Like,
so one girl, she was chronicling the event. She's like, oh, it was the worst event ever. She was like, man.
That's cap.
She was like, we all brought lawn chairs. The concerts were supposed to start at 4. They didn't start till like 5:30.
Have you ever been to a concert?
Festival.
Have you ever been to any concert?
Like, one, the entitlement that these young people have, man, and I don't even know if it's entitlement at this point. I just think it's attention, right? If I got anything I could say, and negativity draws negativity, it draws the energy, let me just do that. You know what I mean? That, again, I'm laughing and joking about the tattoo-tiered women that was there, but at the core of it, it was a real cool event.
It was.
You know what I mean? So it was just like to hit a bunch of these recaps. It was like, wait, what event was y'all at?
Speaking of, we were talking earlier how we've been outside for the last 2 weeks at all the different events, man. Juneteenth and everything else. Black women, boy. In Chicago specifically. Absolutely gorgeous, man. Absolutely fucking gorgeous. Everywhere I went, I'm like, God damn, it is a lot of beautiful black women in here. And all different flavors. Like, pick your type. You like the wrestling suits and the what you say, tear tattoos? Teardrop tattoos?
I'm finna be a hater.
You can hate if you want, but they was outside.
I'm finna be a hater.
You can hate all you want. But
I'm finna be a hater.
from the Juneteenth event with Black Star to Love Jones to the Emancipation Ball to Juneteenth Block Party at the Woodlawn, Vegandale, and whatever else in between.
I'm a bit hater.
The sisters were sistering.
I'm a bit hater in love, though.
Okay.
I do think Chicago has the most beautiful black women in all of America. I really do. You know what I mean? I think DC is a strong number 2.
DC, shout out to DC.
Right. And again, maybe it's because I'm just becoming more and more health conscious or whatever. Man, we got to do better.
What you mean?
And I was looking at it mainly at the vegan deal thing, because again, maybe it's because I had this assumption.
You expect to see like Erykah Badu floating on air and shit.
I just want to see us do better, man. Like, you know, I've always had this conversation about, like, you can walk through our communities and see depression, right? Well, depression got a bunch of different faces. You know what I mean? It don't just show up in how you look. It shows up in your energy. It shows up in your body type. It shows up in the anxiety you carry in your face and your weight. And like I don't know, I just had a different experience this weekend. Again, I was making a joke about it, like what my expectation of vegan deal was. And, you know, we laughed like incense and, you know, burning sage and all that type of shit. But no, you're right. I did have that expectation. You know what I mean? And I want to see us move like that in some places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the kind of project vibe and energy has become the standardized vibe and energy. Right? I think, like, and maybe it's caused the hip hop or whatever, but we got a real kind of ghetto project-y, vibey energy. And I don't like it. I just think it's an overabundance of it. Like, we need balance.
Yeah, I feel you on the balance. I don't be in a lot of that space, like, unless I want to, right?
Vegan Dale is not supposed to be that space. So in Grant Park, they're serving bean burgers, my nigga. That was that space.
The folks can't be healthy, my nigga?
I'm not mad at the folks, but I want the folks to be healthy. Let's all the way get healthy. So when you come to Vegan Dale, don't ask for the non-vegan option. That's the fuck I want you to do. Eat the vegan shit.
I think that it's time and space. I feel you on that. I don't be in a lot of those spaces unless I choose to. Like, I'm perfectly fine, like, hanging out on the block or whatever. And I sometimes I crave that energy, and that's where I want to be today. Other than that, I'll be on some chill shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in like older environments and just chilling. But I get that. But I also think going back to like the narrative piece, right? So last week, there was a shooting at the Pier 31, right?
4.
Right. And the alderman, Lamont Robinson, who I didn't realize I had never met until I actually met him last week. And seemed like a decent enough dude. But anyway, he put out a statement like,
You're such an asshole.
it be you, and then you say I'm being an asshole. No, I'll be perfectly chill, then you do some shit, and you know how I'm going to react.
I was just listening. I was like, nothing.
You do some shit, you know how I'm going to react, and you be like, you an asshole. Like, no, you fucking did it. Anyway, he put out a statement basically like trying to condemn the pier itself, right? Or the restaurant, shout out to Nikki.
And it worked, because they shut down 67th. I think it closes now at 7. And I'm assuming 31st is the same way now.
At 63rd?
They changed, at least last week. I don't know if it's a full thing, but last week all of them closed at like 7 or 8.
He was proposing that they needed to close earlier than they had been. And my thing is, all of these proposals are just about limiting spaces for us to convene because some shit jump off. Now, we all need to do a better job about the shit jumping off. But sir, you're the alderman, right? You don't have any other solution than y'all can't come outside? Like, you won't have no other way around that than y'all just can't come outside.
Shout out to Matter of fact,
when I did meet him, he was like, let me know if you need something. I need you to come on this show. I want to talk about this shit.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We can get Lamont.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to WatchGuard too. I know that WatchGuard was called upon to kind of beef up the security in them places. But see, I got a different perspective, right? I think, one, we don't need more security, we need more love. And I also think specifically, I'm not speaking to WatchGuard when I say this, I think a lot of times, and at least to my understanding, most of those incidents was kind of around youth engagement, right? So when we think about 31st, it's not traditionally been a youth kind of thing. But I also think a lot of times the Chicago police egg that energy on, right? And even if it's unconsciously, I think they look at us as captives. I think they treat us like insurgents. You know what I mean? And when you treat a motherfucker a certain kind of way, you gonna get a certain kind of fucking response. You know, I'm young enough to remember when, like, the nation was really the nation. Right. And I remember, like, when the projects was really the projects, right? And there was this kind of nationwide surge of brothers from the FOI moving through projects across the country, slowing down the violence, slowing down the drug trafficking and all that. And again, I'm not on the grounds in Baltimore. I'm not on the grounds in DC. I'm not on the grounds in New York. But I knew the FOI in Chicago. And I would have to assume that the reason why they was able to curtail most of that energy is because they came in and recognized us as human beings. You know what I mean? Drugs, guns, really it's just economy. If we're gonna be honest, that's business. And no business does well under the threat of violence. You know what I mean? So when they came in there, even the drug dealers don't want violence for real.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when they came in, they must have came with some level of dignity.
Yeah.
And the people responded to it. I think the Chicago police specifically do not have any regard for black people.
No, they don't show up in any of these spaces in love. It's just in law. And it's like
I think they train that way.
Yeah. I think so. That's why I be like, we got cop friends, right? Whatever, right? But when I had these conversations with them, one of our cop friends, a mutual friend of ours, one of the nicest people you will ever fucking meet in life, right? Will do anything for you, wants no harm to come to anyone. But this idea of being a good cop in a department that's trained to do bad things systemically, I don't know that you can justify it. I don't know that you can make that make sense to me. So, you know, I do think it's a love issue more than a law issue. And they go both ways, and I'm not trying to, you know, exclude us from any type of accountability, because we do a lot of wild shit, like, but you can't just be like, okay, y'all can't come outside now. I've had countless good times at the pier, right? We should be able to go to the fucking lake and hang out and listen to music. It's live shows. It's all kind of shit that go on up there. And that's cool. We got to do better. The city of Chicago got to do better. The police got to do better. The aldermen got to do better. Everybody got to do fucking better. One person who doesn't need to do much fucking better is Angel Reese, my nigga. She is getting to it, dog. Shorty is really, really getting to it. I think she gave them people like 25 and 18 the other day, 18. Like 5 blocks.
Caitlin gave them some numbers too, though. She gave her like, what, 15, 13 or something like that. So she got a decent game.
She settled in. I still think Caitlin's going to be a really good player in the W. I'm just saying that Shorty, Angel Reese is settling into the league a lot faster than a lot of people thought she would. A lot of people thought she wouldn't do well at this level.
I was listening to Bomani, right? And he was talking about how good Caitlin Clark was, right? And he was like, you can see, even though with the backlash of Caitlin Clark, he was like, and be clear, I'm not a fan of the W. I don't know it like that, but just watching, he wants to watch that game.
That's a great way to put it, right?
And he was like, you could look at Shorty and be like, she got game, right? He was like, you could also look at Angel and say, she got game too. But he was like, there's a difference though. He was like, what he recognized in Angel is that, when he's like, Caitlin got it. Right. And she keeps it on and turns it on. Now, she ain't really adapted yet, but she got it. But he's like, the thing that was most interesting about Angel Reese, and I think this is true, he was like, she has the ability to hit the switch. Right, she can't keep it on, but when she locks in, she locks in. And he made a very interesting distinction of what that means. He was like, look at Jason Tatum. Like, you can see Jason Tatum get 50 points in the game and be like, you don't look at it like, oh, Jason Tatum's locked in. You look at it like Jason Tatum's having a good game. Like, he can't just turn it on. He was like, Angel Reese can dictate, this is about to happen now. And he was like, only certain people have that. And I fully understood what he said when he was like, Jason Tatum can get you 50, but he's just having a good game. It's not that nigga that just could decide it's going to be a problem for you right now. He was like, Angel got that. And I kind of agree with that. Like, in the moments where she want to do it, she going to do it. And she talk cash shit while she doing it, which brought me to the Mike concept of that's the switch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the rev, or this is the catalyst to get the engine going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shout out to Angel in the sense that she's making a name for herself and not taking away from the brand of Caitlyn, but making them honor and acknowledge that she's a part of this new WNBA construct. Like, it don't happen without Angel Reese.
I'm a big star in this movie, man.
Yeah, I hate to say it, the co-star. You should be side by side, but you are the leading co-star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's cracking, man. The W is dope, man. The Aces come here, I think next week or the week after, or something like that. They got Asia Wilson. She's out there going absolutely fucking crazy.
I looked up them ticket prices. They fucking crazy. I wanted to go.
Average ticket was like $358.
Yeah, they crazy.
I
was like, nigga, you wild.
To the Sky and Fever game. Yeah, I was just telling Gino, and like, yo, put me on this game, bro. Let me go work this game.
Gino, give me a pass. Yeah, I want to go see one of them joints, cause I'm not playing.
let me go work this Sky game. But it just so happened that every time that they've played the Fever, I've had something to do. I can't remember. Yeah, I mean, yesterday it was Vegan Day, and I had Boys to Men tickets yesterday, man.
I saw that. I didn't know they was here.
I wouldn't
have went to that shit anyway. I would fuck with them, but you know.
That's insane.
Ain't you the one that said they was better than Josie?
Yeah, they're better than Josie.
Okay.
What we argued about was that.
That's blasphemy.
What we argued about was that.
Stay with Angel Reese. That's a stronger argument for you.
What we argued about was that I said they're better than New Edition.
That's blasphemy as well. Yeah. Stick to Angel Reese. Let's finish that.
Boyz II Men is the best R&B group.
For homosexuals. Yeah. Let's go with...
For homosexuals is crazy. Anyway. But yeah, I had Boyz II Men tickets, man. But I didn't realize it was the same day as Vegan Day, so I had those two. And I was like, well, I can go see Boyz II Men in another city.
Let's go see these tattoo-tiered women.
Let's go see these tattoo-tiered women.
In Vegan Dale.
You're so stupid. Cherie, what up, man? She had the Umar interview with Kind of brought y'all to a whole nother level, viewership speaking. Yeah, probably the whole world get to see me educate too on a daily basis.
Question, because I kind of felt some kind of way about this. I posted the picture of me and Ubar or whatever. And I fuck with Ubar. I don't care what nobody say. I got a high regard for Ubar for a bunch of different reasons, right? But I posted the picture back, and here comes the droves of niggas that, he's a fraud. I
saw the winter school. That's what I saw.
I gave a nigga $100. I ain't seen no school yet. So shout out to Village Leadership Academy. Village Leadership Academy is a charter school here in Chicago. They just bought Hales Franciscan. I'm shouting them out because both my kids attended Village Leadership for a few years. Black conscious kind of curriculum. But I'm shouting them out because I've been engaging them around like some business stuff, and I'm starting to understand the brevity of what it takes to make a school.
Yeah.
Right? And this is a school that is taking money from the state, and they get a tuition.
Right.
Umar is trying to fund this school independently and not charge children tuition. I'm not saying he's not taking y'all money and doing whatever he wants with it. I don't know.
He has to live too.
He has to. I don't know what I can't say. But he's got speaking engagement. He gets paid. I'm sure he gets paid handsomely to travel the way he travels and come talk to people.
He got to buy his hookers too.
I don't know nothing about him and hookers. I'm not engaging in your disparaging comments and remarks.
You the one said the man be box chasing, not me.
That doesn't mean that he's buying hookers. That's very different. You understand me?
That's Ron Rilla Lane. Sorry.
But the point I'm making is this, though. Right? There's a level of capital that I know is attached to this village leadership move.
Regardless, what up, brother?
That I'd be hard pressed to believe Umar has raised over the time talking to us.
Right.
Right?
Crowdfunding.
And it's just very interesting to see how we hold so much vigor and disdain and lack of understanding. Like, sure, you could have put a charter school together that housed 12 kids.
Sure.
And you could have sold that to the rest of the world. Like, yeah, I did this, and here go the...
Sure.
And keep it pushing.
Me and Shanita did a summer youth program that we called YLA, Youth Leadership Academy. And we did it at our crib, and it was 6 students, completely free to them and their families. That shit is expensive, dog. Expensive. And we had them for I think it was 6 weeks in the summer. But every day they got to eat. It's activities, it's field trips, it's the time it's bringing people in to lead certain things. And so we doing like yoga and we doing financial literacy and we bringing all these different people in. And some of them are volunteering, but some of them we paying to come in. And it's like, that shit gets uber expensive very fast. Very, very fast. And we talking about 6 kids for 6 weeks in the summer. He's talking about thousands of kids or hundreds of kids for the entirety of the school year.
I just think
free to the families.
Interesting.
And we were a staff of 2. No, we were a staff of 3 actually. We had 1 employee.
Yeah, I get it. But we got a staff of 5 in here. We know what we spending.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just interesting to see how eager we are to attack the ideas or ourselves or each other. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. He's a fraud. Now, again, I don't know what information you got that I don't got. You know what I mean? Even the fact that he had the concept to push to, right? Be clear, there are several black charter schools in just this city, right? So I know a bunch of people who have created charter schools. You know what I mean? Now, again, he has a different kind of standard that he wants to align himself with, which in turn is going to have different laws and bylaws and policies, right? When you go into a space and say, hey, I want to buy this kind of school, I want to house these kind of kids, and I got this kind of brand.
Right.
There's going to be a lot of scrutiny on everything you do.
Everything.
You know what I mean?
Where's he getting the food from? Are they black vendors? Are they black? Are they coming from black farmers?
It's everything to code, because we don't want you here in the first fucking
place. Oh, you talking about that perspective? Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those are real things.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Is there mold on this wall, motherfucker? No, so we shutting this whole bitch down. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and again, I don't know the intricate details of why this hasn't launched or nothing. But I know Umar is an orator, right? He's not a facilitator that I know of in any capacity. So, to do that, all of this shit, we got 5 people here because we need a staff to do different things.
Yeah, we got to outsource. So we need engineers and we got to
outsource all that shit. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, I don't know what he's raised. I don't know what it takes to create a school, but it's just very interesting to see in the amount of time that he's been raising money. It's very plausible that he has not raised enough quarter of the money he needs
to fund the school.
To fund a school. It's very plausible.
See, here's the thing, as far as I feel about like that type of thing. If you are going to like crowdsource like funding, I think you need to do it in such a transparent way, because that type of stuff is coming. You know where the money going? That stuff is coming. Now, obviously, churches do this every week, and they ain't transparent about shit. But I think if you're going to do that, to me, the best way to do it would be to be extremely transparent about everything. This came in from B. Johnson in Baltimore. Have a running list. This is the money. And I'm not saying you can't live off this.
It's interesting you said that. Mm-hmm. I bet you T.D. Jakes raises more money than Dr. Umar's ever raised every Sunday.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I bet you.
I wouldn't doubt it. You know what I'm saying?
And he ain't got a school.
And he also doesn't have to be transparent about it.
Don't tell nobody shit. Jesus wants to be taken care of.
He's taking private jets around.
Private jets and shit, and having parties with Puff.
Hey. Hey.
Take that.
Deuteronomy. Ever so often I go back and watch the Deuteronomy video, and I laugh my ass off to this day.
To chapter 4 in Deuteronomy.
That shit was so funny, dog, and it was so right on time. We stupid for that. Yeah. We gotta get up out of here, man. But before we do, man, I don't really want to touch on this shit because I'm fucking sick of it. It's fucking depressing. But this Julio Fulio shit. Julio Fulio is a rapper from Jacksonville. Jacksonville is
it's like the Bronx.
Yeah, it's not very big, but it also has these warring factions that have been murdering each other for 10, 12 years, right? Not all that dissimilar to shit we see here in Chicago. At the head of these things, there's these 2 rappers. One's Julio Fulio, and the other one is, what's his name? Ace Young and Ace, right? And they got these 2 gangs like ATK and KTA or some shit, and they've really been killing each other for a long time. It's fucking ridiculous. I went down one of the fucking YouTube rabbit holes like a year or 2 ago, and it was just OC what these niggas was on. They make diss records back and forth. talking about real murders and real shootings. They make videos at the grave sites, literally dancing on people's graves. They've made albums with the dead pictures of the ops on the cover of the album. They've made all kinds of songs about it. So this is what they do. This is what Young and Ace and Julio Fulio have been leading back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And obviously, to get one of them would be the two biggest targets in this stupid-ass beef they got going on. Well, Julio Fulio turned 26 yesterday, and he will not turn 27. They killed him on his birthday. Shot him up. Car was riddled with bullets. I didn't notice, but they shot him last year, too. Like, shot his foot off or some shit. I learned that from your man, Charleston White. He was talking about they shot his foot off.
My man.
That's your man.
That's my man.
They shot his foot off. Now you got the sailor leg shit, the little pig. I said, hey, he's fucking. Something's wrong with him.
That's
Joe.
not funny.
Something's wrong with him. He's like, he can't run from no bullets now. I said, hey man, whatever. But anyway, I don't even need to go much deeper than that. I wanted to lay the foundation for what the fuck I was talking about. Like I said, it's not all that unsimilar to the 600, 300 shit we hear in Chicago, the old block 63rd shit we hear in Chicago. They pretty much would be fucking King Von and Duck. King Von ended up blowing up to a level that none of the other three have. But people know these two young niggas. Anyway, man, I don't know. I don't know how to get these shorties out of this way of thinking, to this clout chasing that's built upon death and destruction.
You said clout chasing.
I say clout chasing because I don't think either of their music is more famous than the beef.
Hold up though. You said clout chasing. I stopped there for a reason. Mm-hmm. What does that provide internally or singularly? What does the person chasing the clout get?
They filling some void that they missing. You know what I mean?
It's a fulfillment of ego. Mm. What does chasing capital give the average man?
Fulfillment of ego.
Right. I just said a minute ago I wouldn't ask the minister for a picture because of my own ego. So I was in the gym the other day and some old niggas got to talking, and I'm saying old, but they're my age. Mm-hmm. And I had my headphones at first, and I tried to not engage. Right. But it just ain't in me to not engage listening to stupid shit. Right. And it was this kind of a conversation. And man, we all need to get armed, and we all need to, like, the whole mentality behind behavior is always very punitive.
Let me meet these shorties at their level.
It's very punitive. And I don't know if you meet the shorties at the level or you understand that you are the level. Mm-hmm. You created the standard, right? So it looks hyper in them, just like every generation looks hyper because the world is moving faster. You know what I mean? But it's the same goddamn behavior for eons. You just don't see it the same because the results look different, or it's being televised or distributed in a different way.
Wire quote loading. Slim Charles like, man, the game the same, just got more fears.
Just got more fears. It's the wire quote, great quote. Same shit. They're mimicking us. Yeah. It looks different. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Y'all just didn't have switches and
Instagram.
Shots. Instagram.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, man, 1990.
That's where that shit grows.
You understand what I'm saying? But it ain't where that grows. It's where it gets marketed, right? Yeah. The 90s we averaging 1,500, 1,700, 2,000 murders. We ain't seeing them kind of numbers today.
I'm talking about the clout part of it. That's where that part of it grows.
Well, nigga, but what I'm saying is the streets still anchored into some of the same shit, right? Mm-hmm. Such and such a gunslinger, such and such a beat your ass, such and such getting money. Those are all monikers attached to some nigga in the street forever.
True.
And they only do one thing: feed that nigga's ego. That's all they do, right? If I'm the nigga who's known to do this, chicks gonna love me. If I'm the niggas who known to do this, niggas gonna fear me. If I'm the nigga, you know what I mean? My name predates anything else I do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's ego driven, right? But it's also a result of what capitalism is. It creates this kind of concept of competition and being the best overall all the time. It's the same shit. So I always ask, if we just keep pulling back the layers, the why, and we looking at them like, what's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with us?
Right. This is the standard.
This is what it is. Right. This is the fabric of the culture of America. Mm-hmm. period, right? And again, I just brought up the Umar shit. Like, I put up the Uber, he trying to get a school, and the first thing we do is try to knock him down. The reason why we see it so pervasive in our community is because we ain't got shit else. We at the bottom. So what does anybody at the bottom do? They fight with the least resources, and violence is an entity that's always leveraged at the bottom, right? Same shit happens at the top, it's just with different measures. You know what I mean? I got enough capital to shut your ass out of any room I want to shut you out of, and you gonna die a silent death. I ain't gotta shoot you, motherfucker. I'm him. I'm Elon Musk.
Anyway.
You know what I'm saying? I'm Donald Trump. I'm, you know, whom the fuck ever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the same behavior, said just handled with different weaponry.
And who can eat who?
That's it.
I got the biggest war chest. Who can eat who?
That's it.
And I mean, shit, we was talking about it. Fucking, you mentioned Elon Musk. Fucking, Amazon ain't Elon Musk though, right? Amazon is Bezos.
Bezos. Same shit though.
Same shit. Bezos eats Gilkey. Like, y'all fuck Amazon and y'all infringing and selling leaders' product.
Yeah.
Y'all fucking Amazon.
Yeah, it's nothing that's too small for me to take out the plate though.
I take that shit too.
Yeah.
Shout out to leaders, love them, that's the fam. That's a crumb to fucking Amazon.
I'll take that too.
They
though.
can't even see the crumb.
No, I say it and I want it.
Run it.
All of it is mine. And that's a real conversation we need to have too very soon, because that's part of this fourth economic revolution of America. Ownership will become a thing of the past very, very soon. And we don't even see that as a feasible concept, because we still talking about generational wealth and shit. Let me tell you something. I'm talking about your own home. That's not even going to be a possibility in the very, very near future. In the very, very near future. All we got to do is look around at the conglomerates right now and look how they moving. That is the very, BlackRock, look at them. Look at what they're doing. They're buying up South Shore. They're buying up the South. They're buying up neighborhoods they're buying up Gary, Indiana. When you start thinking about shit like that, the concept of singular ownership is not real. When you start thinking about Uber being the largest cab company in America, not owning the cab, ownership will not be a real thing unless you can own the algorithms, and you can't.
You can't. They're going to keep making sure of it.
Yeah, and what they're going to do is force your ass into poverty. I saw something the other day about what it takes to live in every community, in every state in America. It was the only one that was under $200,000 was Mississippi.
It's wild, Joe.
Right? And when we think about what Mississippi is, motherfucker, if you take 200 to live there, you're fucked.
Like, Gary's a place we always run from, or shun. Like, who the fuck want to live in GI? We probably all should have been like, let's go live in GI while the shit is cheap and build our own fucking community, because, you know, it get low enough and they buy all the shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you brought up the concept of leaders, like, they're too small to even, no. Ain't no such thing. We want it all.
We get that too.
We gonna get it all. You know what I mean? I know we finna get out of here, man. I wanted to shout out Southside Drive, which is a periodical that they push out from South Shore.
Shout out to Yvette Moyo, for sure.
Yvette Moyo, and shout out to Miss Emma. Father's Day just passed, and we hadn't had the opportunity we had been on the air for a minute.
Yeah.
Man, I think
That's
we missed
dope.
all of last week.
That's dope.
But Miss Emma did a 4-page article on my dad for Father's Day in the Southside Drive. These are free periodicals, man. They pass them out all through South Shore. I got about 100 of them myself. I'm gonna put some of them just in Hyde Park, just on GP.
Yeah,
I got too many for myself. But salute, man. They got a couple photos of my old man in here, a couple photos of me with my old man in here. She interviewed me for it. Dope little experience, man. Just proud to, again, it's back to that.
My dad was honored as one of the
Leverage.
Black history makers. He photographed a lot of elite faces and generated and warranted great relationships. Tucson Warner's Reflections. That's dope, man.
Yeah, man. So that's a big deal, man. So even those things, like while I laugh at the not having the pictures and shit, I want to be able to leave these mementos for the kids in my family coming along that I won't meet. Yeah. They should know who the fuck my daddy was. They should know who the fuck I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna work on my own ego. And when I'm in these rooms, I'm gonna start asking these fuckers for pictures.
You know what? I mean? I'm gonna start just photographing my life just a little bit more. Not even from that, not even that perspective per se, of like, you know, famous people and whatnot, but just having more documentation of.
Yeah, man. Leave an imprint, man. Leave a legacy, a real wealth transfer. Know who these people are.
That's super dope, man. Make sure y'all pick up the South Shore Drive. It is the June 2024 edition of
Father's
the
Day
South
edition.
Shore
And
Drive.
salute to all the fathers, because I know we wasn't here during that time, man. Salute to all the fathers. Father's Day goes kind of unnoticed oftentimes, but you know, man, y'all matter out here, brother. Y'all really, really matter.
Gino, I need to work the Aces game, brother.
And I need to go as a cameraman or some shit. Put a nigga on!
Hey, the Biggs photography been going ape shit lately, man. I gotta shout that out, man. The photos that we've been getting, field visions, like, them shit's been going hard from the baseball to the basketball. Like, them shit's been going super, super hard. Game 7.
Hey, Gene and T, man, we need y'all on the show, bro. Come fuck with us, man.
Yeah,
We keep
pull
saying
up.
that shit, man. We gotta have a real
Pull up!
one-on-one, all the smoke kind of conversation on here.
Pull up.
what I
We
mean?
gotta do that for sure. Y'all pull up. Oh, I'm gonna let this count out the bag. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but it's just between us. The Herb Howard Show is coming.
Salute.
Coming soon to the Biggs Network. The Herb Howard Show. Their idea, not mine. Not to have a show. Having the show is, you know, calling it the Herb Howard Show.
That's some stealing off my brand and shit over there, Gino. I don't like it. I don't like it. We have to discuss that.
What you mean? What you
You
got
don't
going
know
on?
the name Herb Howard anymore, so
Oh.
we'll discuss that later.
Yeah, man, that is coming
I'm
soon.
Jerry Heller.
It'll be, and these are the NWAs. Looking at
These are the NWA. That's funny as fuck.
We gotta go, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. As always, thank y'all for y'all input. It was valued. It is appreciated. More importantly, it's always good to link up with the fam and just talk about the issues currently impacting the black community, man. So thank all of y'all for checking in. Thank all of y'all for y'all comments. Please make sure that you like the show. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. The day that the views match the likes will be a very, very happy day for me. We need the likes. They help us a lot. Please hit the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, set the alert so you get reminders when the page goes live, and share it with somebody that you think would find value in it. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Huge shout out to Ron, Rilla, and P.I. doing the hard work behind the camera. Major shout out to the Mama G for 2. I'm Herb. Y'all be good to each other. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.